Hello and how's it going, everybody? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest next-gen gaming news, along with a little bit of Bethesda Game Studios news, because this is a 2-for-1. I know a lot of you guys come here for Bethesda, so if you're here for next-gen gaming as well, you're gonna get everything. And speaking of next-gen gaming news, thankfully good guy Sony and good guy PlayStation came along to distract us from all of the Fallout 76 and Bethesda Game Studio engine drama, because this is crazy. I'm tired of all the negativity, of all the arguing, of all the who's right and who's wrong. Right now, let's just speculate and get hyped, because all of my digging into Sony, all of my digging into these game companies that are putting up job listings for next-gen games, all of this aligns to a 2019 PS5 and Xbox whatever announcement, and Sony just dropped a bomb. Now, what they said, in case you don't know, is that they told Ars Technica, a major game and technology website, I'm sure you've heard of them, they told them that as the industry evolves, Sony Interactive Entertainment continues to look for inventive opportunities to engage the community. PlayStation fans mean the world to us, and we are always wanting to innovate, think differently, and experiment with new ways to delight gamers. As a result, we have decided to not participate in E3 2019. We are exploring new and familiar ways to engage our community in 2019 and can't wait to share our plans with you. Whoa, now that's nuts. Sony is not gonna be at E3 2019. That is crazy. That leaves Xbox and Microsoft kind of stranded on stage all alone up there, so they better have something coming. But like I said, while Sony didn't straight say they're announcing the PS5, all of the evidence that I've been finding over this last year has been pointing towards that. If you haven't watched any of my next-gen gaming videos, go to my channel. I have a whole playlist specifically for that. A lot of interesting stuff is in there and kind of goes along and predicts exactly what Sony is doing here. Now, why do I think they're announcing the PS5? Well, 3 reasons. One is what I said, all the evidence I found and that I've listed on my channel that you can see for yourself. These are actual trademarks and legitimate job listings. None of this is fake. 2, why would Sony be skipping E3 if they weren't gonna do something big and crazy like announcing the PS5? They're not gonna skip E3 to just release The Last of Us 2 or some huge game. They're not gonna skip E3 just to remaster the PS4 again. They're not gonna skip E3 because they're just simply not gonna do anything that year. They're definitely gonna do something that would leave them at a disadvantage if they just stepped away and didn't do anything and let Microsoft be the only ones at E3. They're skipping E3 because at the same time they're not. And what I mean by this is they're gonna pull a Nintendo and host their own PlayStation event, and like I said, they're not gonna do this unless they had something huge to announce, and that is gonna be the PS5, which means Microsoft better have that Xbox whatever ready to announce, but I'm sure they do already. These two companies kinda are side by side in terms of release dates for these consoles. We're gonna get next-gen gaming consoles announced to us at E3 2019 next year, if not teased to us a little bit officially before then. And this is nuts. I mean, look at what Sony even says to Ars Technica. As the industry evolves, they look for ways to be inventive and innovative and new ways to engage the community. As the industry evolves, how else does the industry evolve if it's not going to go to next generation gaming consoles and technology? I mean, the time is there. It's this generation of gaming's life cycle kind of goes along with last generations when it switched over. Everything is aligning well. There's a lot of reasons to be hyped for the next generation of gaming, and I am super excited. We don't know too much about it. Stuff I've uncovered suggested that it's probably going to go more all digital at some point during next generation gaming's lifetime, maybe more towards the end of that technology cycle, towards the end of the PS5 and the Xbox whatever's lifetime. Not at the beginning, but definitely that seems to be one of their plans, as well as having streaming and 4K gaming be available on release for these consoles, because game developers have been leaking me some stuff saying that the next generation gaming graphics are nuts. It's double the polygon count and more than double the texture resolution. So this combined with all of the awesome games we're getting from next gen. Speaking of next gen, here's that Bethesda news. Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6, things are gonna be nuts, and I've been saying Starfield, Bethesda's next open world massive single player RPG, is gonna be released in 2019 or at the latest 2020, and I've been saying that the PS5 should be released in 2019 unless something technical goes on, then they'll delay it to 2020, because I believe that Starfield's release date is kind of enraptured with the release date of the PS5 and the Xbox whatever, because Bethesda wants this to be a next-gen launch title. So not only does this mean PS5 is coming very soon, probably 2019 or at the latest 2020, absolute latest 2020, but so is Starfield, and the next generation of gaming is already happening kind of now, because I guarantee you somewhere in some dark awesome room somewhere they're actually testing these next generation games. And as always, I want to know what you have to say about all of this. Let me know down in the comments below, and if your comment wins the internet and may be featured in a future video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay in the know about Bethesda Game Studios news and next gen gaming news. Follow me on Twitter for the latest channel updates updates, that way you can know when the next video will go up, as well as some random shit about me. Follow me over on Twitch, where I soon will start streaming again. I am a Twitch affiliate over there. I'm just trying to figure out getting a new webcam, and if you want to have your hand in providing future content and getting access to occasional behind-the-scenes channel content and get unique and awesome awards, then subscribe to the channel on Patreon. And to get the greatest deals on games and software keys, go to www.scdkey.com, but look for a link down in the description below. If you use this link, you help the channel out, even if you don't buy anything. That link is https://www.scdkey.com/sk/Skullzi. And if you do buy something, use coupon code SKFG. That way they know Skullzi sent you and you get a little bit of that something something savings. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when Microsoft announces it won't be at E3 either, and Nintendo won't be there either. So E3 just is all forever alone, and it turns out that next-gen gaming is kind of like a Game of Thrones situation.
Bye, have a great time.